what's up internet, and welcome aboard Royal Caribbean's Quantum of the Seas. Happy embarkation day on one of the biggest cruise ships to sail out of Los Angeles. Join us on our super short 2-night sailing on Quantum of the Seas to Ensenada, Mexico. We're packing it all in, bringing you along for all of the activities from the North Star to the bumper cars. We are also eating at every single free food spot on board, showing you everything they have to offer. Plus, you'll get a tour of our balcony stateroom, and I will tell you the one major change I would make to our entire cruise experience. Of course, it's a party at sea as we have all the fun on board. With so much to do and so little time, let's get on board and kick things off on our Quantum of the Seas adventure. We are all checked in, super quick and speedy check-in process, about 15-20 minutes from when we got in line to when we are here now, and so we are about to go head on board. Never been on a Quantum class ship, and so I'm so excited to check this out, especially being here on the West Coast. Alright, we have made it on board. It is absolutely massive, mesmerizing. Oh my god, so much to explore. But first things first, gotta check off our muster station. And all checked off, just so happens to be here in the 270 theater. I mean, just take a look at this space. It is absolutely gorgeous. I've never seen a space like this on any other cruise ship. We got a few shows that we are going to be checking out here. And I mean, that view from behind, you can see the wake of the ship when we're at sea. It's going to be pretty great to see everything that's going to be going on here. And just as we come on, our room just so happens to be ready. We are on room 12314, Ocean View Balcony. Here we are, our stateroom for the next 2 nights on Quantum of the Seas. Definitely digging this room. This is an ocean view balcony. There are 3 of us, so we have the main bed, we have the sofa bed, and a lot of storage space as well. I gotta say, the interior and the decor of this definitely looks very modern, especially to another ship like Navigator of the Seas, which is just a little bit older, but I gotta say, plenty of room. I mean, just take a look. We got plenty of space up here, cabinets over here. Also like the little table here, although it does feel a little low. So like, yeah, no, it's definitely a bit of a lower desk. And then right over here, we have the bathroom, plenty of space. It looks pretty sizable, especially for a cruise ship bathroom. And I am certainly a big fan of this wide glass door. So no shower curtains, no sliding door, but it just opens wide up. So plenty of room to work with, to get ready in the morning, especially if you got multiple people in your stateroom. Overall, a very spacious view, especially considering that this is a balcony suite and definitely one of the nicer cruise cabins that I've been in. But of course, the best part of a balcony room is the balcony. So let's step on out here to show you what it all looks like. You can see this is certainly going to be quite the viewpoint when we are sailing away later tonight. Also when we are in Ensenada, Mexico tomorrow. And of course you have the always very scenic port of Los Angeles here in San Pedro. I usually am one to get an interior stateroom, so having a balcony is definitely a very worthwhile upgrade, especially because the cost was literally very, very minimal. So time right now is about 4:30. The ship is actually going to be setting sail later tonight at 8 p.m., but we do have the sun setting somewhere over there. So far today, it's been a little bit of a weird embarkation day. So our check-in time was originally 11:30 a.m. However, on the previous sailing here, there was a medical emergency that caused the ship to have to turn around to Cabo. It was delayed by 4 hours. So we all got this email with the differing departure time. So instead of 11:30, our new time was 4 p.m. So we got over here, we made it on the ship. Now, given that some of the activities ended up being canceled that were in the early afternoon, but I mean, that is something that is fully out of our control. We may have lost a few hours, but we are still going to make the most of it. And also, very important reminder to always be kind to crew members. It is totally out of their control. It is out of our control. So we are just going to make the most out of the circumstances and have a fantastic 2-day cruise here. First food here on the ship. We are here in the Windjammer Marketplace. Definitely a little weird that it is already dinner. Usually the first meal here is lunch. Now we do have dinner reservations at the Solarium Bistro later tonight in just a few hours. So this is a very light snack that I have in front of me. A lot of selection here at the Windjammer, and I really like the layout here on the Quantum class ship. So here on my plate, I went with this salami and mozzarella sandwich, some mac and cheese, a little Caesar salad, and some fruit salad. Again, this is just a snack. This is not the full dinner. We have that coming later on, but we are going to be eating quite a bit. We got 2 whole days here, and so we really got to get our money's worth. We have made our way here to the SeaPlex. The bumper cars are going on. This is one of the top activities I've been dying to try, so let's go jump on a bumper car and bump some other cars. It's a very long line, so it might be a minute. That was a TiVo. Wow. Oh my, this thing's so fast. Bumper cars, no joke. Ah. 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 Getting attacked. Oh my God, that was so much fun. Easily one of the coolest things I've done on a cruise ship.
Ladies and gentlemen, we will be getting underway very shortly.
Alright, so final wait time on the bumper cars ended up being 45 minutes. It was a lot of fun, thankfully a free activity, but if you do want to skip the line, they do have this sort of like fast pass option, $6 per car, so one driver or one driver and passenger. I did try booking it, but it is already sold out for the sailing. Nevertheless, I thought it was a fun activity. Glad I got to try it. But we are now heading down to the 270 theater for the Starwater show, scheduled here in just a few minutes. This show utilizes a bunch of the technology there. Also, we are taking part here in a no elevator challenge, stairs only, so we are going to get all the steps in deck 5. We went from deck 12 to deck 5. We made it. Got the Royal Esplanade there. We got the 270 theater down here. And that is the length at which we walked out.
Let's go to this one.
Strike the pose. Strike the pose.
Dinner time, and we have reservations here tonight at the Solarium Bistro. Now, the ambiance of this is really like a specialty restaurant, but it is actually complimentary. Definitely a unique venue. It's kind of more of a Mediterranean cuisine, so this is a look at the menu that was placed out front, but it's actually entirely... Flying napkins here. That was very violent. It's very dangerous. But it is actually buffet style Mediterranean cuisine, so you can see you have all of your appetizers, entrees, dessert, all laid out looking really good. I ate a lot of everything. So in terms of my very packed meal, I started off with this breaded zucchini and watermelon feta. I then moved on to this grilled salmon and calamari, some seafood going on. Then I finished it all off with this Alfredo pasta, lobster bisque, many courses, and of course we can't forget dessert, and I stuck with the healthier option. I went with the fruit plate.
Excuse me, you like devoured hazelnut chocolate cake.
Haley, how many desserts did you have? How many desserts did you have, Haley?
I had 3. I tried 3, I didn't eat all 3. You, however, finished my hazelnut chocolate cake.
That's your dessert. This was my dessert.
You literally ate most of this.
There's no evidence. There's no proof of that. Yeah, okay. It is now a little after dinner. We made our way here to Deck 5, the Royal Theater, for the production showtime Sequins and Feathers. It's kind of like a showgirl type show. Reminds me of the one on Navigator of the Seas. I've heard good things about this show.
Flash photography is strictly prohibited. If using a mobile device for photos,
Good morning, it is day number 2 here on Quantum of the Seas, and I gotta say I absolutely love that Sequins and Feathers show from last night. Definitely very high energy, very Las Vegas, my favorite show that we saw yesterday. I grabbed a real quick bite to eat in the Windjammer and actually made my way to this really nice outdoor seating area towards the back of deck 14. And with today, we are here in our one and only port of call beautiful Ensenada, Mexico. Now, I've been here I think like 5 or 6 times. If you're an East Coaster and you've been to Nassau, Bahamas, it's kind of the same thing. A lot of the West Coast cruises have been here. I do want to note though that we are docked here next to the beautiful Carnival Firenze, actually the last cruise I've been on. If you are interested in Carnival Firenze, I actually have a whole slew of videos on my channel right now. I'll link the playlist for that down here in the description. But I do have to say, being here on the rear outdoor seating area, perfect place to watch the ship pull into port. I grabbed a very light breakfast, avocado toast, croissant, and this banana. Gonna go head to an 8 a.m. cycling class, which I was regretting as I was going to bed, but my logic behind it is if I can burn more calories, I can eat more calories, and we're gonna try to eat as much as we can here on this very short 2-day cruise. Since I got a little bit of time before my cycling class, I came up to deck 15. This is actually where a lot of the additional activities are here on the ship. So right over here, we actually have the iFly skydiving simulator, Ripcord by iFly, as well as the Royal Caribbean Classic, the FlowRider surf simulator. Now on the sailing, I haven't seen anything about Ripcord by iFly. I've heard that the motor is down, so that won't be available for this sailing. However, the FlowRider is available. I've only done it one time back on Navigator of the Seas. Can only do boogie boarding. It went okay. Also, just around the corner is another activity. It is another classic, the rock climbing wall. This one doesn't look too intimidating. I think I could take it on. Lots to check out, lots to do. It is a very early morning, and in just 24 hours, we only have 24 hours left on the ship. In 24 hours, we will be disembarking. Also, one more quick stop here in the Solarium. This is the adults only indoor pool area for people 18 and over. Just back over there for dinner last night in the Solarium Bistro, and I gotta say, this is one of my favorite parts of the ship. I love the adults only vibe away from all of the younger passengers, but also like there are so many hot tubs, like it feels nice and warm, it's very climate controlled. It's actually very chilly here outside in Ensenada, so I think this is a really good place to just come chill out and enjoy the scenery here in the Solarium. All right, back here in the room, chilling on the balcony, and I have to say that was certainly quite the workout. My activity rings on my watch have gone very far, and that means we can eat more calories since we did burn a decent amount of calories. So I did stop by Cafe at 270 for a little light bite before we head off the ship. There's a lot of great food options, and it was actually pretty empty when I went at 9 a.m. I ended up going with this beef breakfast burrito and a blueberry parfait just to get a little protein in me post-workout, some good recovery food. A really solid place if you do want a light breakfast bite, very similar to Park Cafe on the Oasis class of ships, but gonna get freshened up, cleaned up, and just chow down, enjoy this beautiful view of Ensenada, Mexico and Carnival Firenze. Hey, good morning.
Hold on, Grill.
Oh my god, Ensenada, yay! Yay, beautiful Ensenada, Mexico! We have made it, we are off the ship. It's about 10:30 right now. We're gonna go walk around the cruise port and explore this very scenic, very beautiful cruise destination. About a 10-minute walk from the cruise, we have made it over to this little market area. This is the big flagpole where sometimes you find the giant Mexico flag. It's not up today, and I'm really happy to see all of the vendors here because I thought today was going to be a rainy day. We were going to be rained out, but we made it. We're going to find some food, find some souvenirs. Let's have a very chill day. As we continue our walk into the downtown area, we stopped at this little cafe, Cafe de Aroma. I'm a big fan of Cafe de Olla, this like Mexican coffee. Get it all the time back in California. Got this, it's $4, so pretty standard like American pricing. I've also already downed a Celsius for this morning, so we are very caffeinated and very ready to go. Probably gonna be a little jittery later today. We are trying our first taco. There's this little taco cart here, Taco Mobile. We got a carne asada taco. So here we go, first taco, about $2.50 a taco. Let's give it a try. Good carne asada, a good first taco, and the first of many here in Ensenada. We have made our way down, walking into the fish market. It is very calm, very empty at about 11:30 this morning. It's smelling a little fishy over here. All right, quick churro break. Got this little churro here, La Choriza. This is a cream cheese filled churro. It was fried right in front of me. It's feeling very hot and very fresh. So let's give it a try and hopefully not burn my mouth. Oh my god. This, hands down, better than any Disney churro I've had. It is fresh. That cream cheese is great. And it was only $2. It's a steal. Oh my god, that was so good. So as we continued our search for more tacos, we ended up right back at the very first taco stand we went to. It's right across from the McDonald's here in town. I loved it so much. We got 3 more tacos here. We got one pescado, one camarón, and one carne asada. Shrimp, fish, and shrimp. $7.50 for 3 tacos. Very excited to dig into this. This looks gas. This looks fire. Love myself some good tacos. Happy Taco Tuesday. We are back near the cruise port and the fountains are out here running. I've never seen these fountains on. It's giving Ensenada's Bellagio fountain show in a way. Back now at the cruise port, time now about 1 p.m. So we had a good 2.5 hours exploring downtown Ensenada, just walking around, checking out the shops, eating some really good food. But time has come for us to get back on board Quantum of the Seas. We have a few activities, reservations. We actually are gonna head on North Star here in just about an hour. So we're gonna get a bird's eye view of Ensenada from up above. She's hiding the ducks. Up now on deck 14, we are about to go on board the North Star Observation Pod. We ended up getting one of the free spots for the North Star Basic Experience. These are super hard to get. They go pretty quickly. Usually they drop in the Royal Caribbean app 6 p.m. the night before, so make sure to go to that as soon as you can. Now, with the free experience, it just kind of goes up and then back down, whereas if you get the extended experience, which I believe is $40 a person when you're out at sea, it'll like go up and then turn and then go back and down. So the free experience, more than enough for us, but there it is, observation pod. That thing goes so high, and personally, I would think it would be more worth it being in port and being able to see the view. I mean, we are here in the very scenic, the very gorgeous Ensenada, Mexico, so definitely very excited to get up above and see it all. I'm so glad we got a free spot because it is not cheap if you do the extended version. Hello.
Welcome, welcome.
Hi. Oh my god, I'm so excited.
Screaming, okay? I'll try not to.
There's gonna be a lot of screaming. I'm so excited. Here we are. North Star.
Mom, is this the one that goes out here?
No, these ones.
Wait, Mom, what does that say?
Take a look at this view. We are slowly getting up 300 feet in the air. You can see the pool down very low behind us. Try not to get down as much as possible. We are turning ever so slightly out. Very scary. We have made the descent down back to just about pool level, and an overall very fun experience. Got some ice cream. It's like a reward. All right, we walked a little further down to the pool deck to the Splashaway Cafe. On Ovation, this is where you would find fish and chips. Now, this is technically a paid venue. You can look at all of the items here, most of them $2 to $6, some Asian cuisine. But we actually went to go try some of the complimentary items here. You can get mini hot dogs, chicken tenders, fries, and a chocolate chip cookie. Naturally, I got a little of each, and for some reason, half of my cookie was stolen here. No idea how that happened, but it's free. Technically not a free venue, but they have some free items, so definitely check it out if you're here on the pool deck. Keeping the cruise activities going, we are here now at the rock climbing wall. Open rock climbing is happening right now. I have a very complicated history with the rock climbing walls on Royal Caribbean ships. I would say my success rate is 50-50, but we're gonna go hop on. I'm gonna ask for the easiest wall, and hopefully we can ring that top bell up there. And I will be bringing you along for a POV with my Ray-Ban Meta AI smart glasses, so let's go check out the rock climbing wall. Wish me luck. Here we go. I'm told this is the easiest one out of all of them, so hopefully I can make it all the way up. All right, bell number 1. All right. Oh, thank God. Woo! Oh my God. Ah! Oh my god. I hate heights. I was shaking.
Man, you did so well, man.
Thank you.
Great, congratulations.
I'm glad I did the easiest one. Thank you so much. Yes, thank you. Alright, I've certainly built up quite the appetite after the rock climbing wall, so I went into the SeaPlex where you can find the SeaPlex Dog House, very similar to the dog house you can find on the boardwalk on Oasis class ships. So I ended up getting myself this classic hot dog on an everything bun with some grilled onions. Ooh, this looks so good. We are on a mission to try every included, free, complimentary food spot here on Quantum of the Seas, and so far we've checked off most of them. It's amazing what you can do in just a 2-day cruise. Ooh, I'm very hot. That hot dog, super good. Love the combination of the everything pretzel bun, and always love myself some grilled onions too. Also, this place only stays open until 5 p.m. at least on this cruise, so definitely be sure to check your Royal Caribbean app for all of the cruise hours for food venues. It is now dinner time. We are here in one of the main dining rooms. This is the Silk Restaurant. There are multiple ones here. They all have the same menu, but tonight's menu is a Taste of Mexico, and I am in a food because we just ate a ton of appetizers, had an entree, had a dessert. For my appetizer, I started off with this roasted poblano pepper soup, as well as this escargot, and then for my main course, a Taste of Mexico. We got an Indian dish. I got this buttered chicken inspired by my love for Trader Joe's buttered chicken frozen dish, one of my favorites. And then for dessert, I had this cormo flan, tres leches. And as you probably saw in this video, I've eaten way too much. I've had way too many calories. That cycling class making me feel a lot less guilty, but I'm in a food coma and I need to go lie down. Really great meal, great dinner. Post dinner now, I feel like the one place I haven't shown a whole lot is the Royal Esplanade across decks 4 and 5, and so I've been walking through here a lot but not really showing what's going on. We got a lot of sales going here here in the middle. Cafe Promenade, the Royal Caribbean shop, poor merchants, the cafe, patisserie, harp and horn, Sorrentos. One of my favorite things with a lot of Royal Caribbean ships, the Royal Promenade, the Royal Esplanade in the case of the Quantum ships, but got a few souvenirs, got to pick up before we get off the ship tomorrow morning. Just flew on by, so we got to get our souvenirs and some pizza and Cafe Promenade. Alright, we walked up to deck number 5. The Bionic Bar is here. I am getting a drink made, and if you look at the queue, it has my legal name up there, and it just says single AF for a very offensive reason, but also that's the name of the drink that I got. We literally just ate dinner. I was complaining about being in a food coma, but we are now here in Sorrentos Pizza for a slice of pepperoni, slice of barbecue chicken, complimentary pizza. Fun fact, I dropped 3 slices and I had to go back and get more. But we are all good. Hopefully no more slices drop. I'm gonna dig right into this. Our Bionic Bar drink, which is probably the reason why the pizza fell in the first place. Final party of this cruise, I am heading to 270 right now because the Bring Back the Beat Dance Through the Decades party is about to happen. Music from the 70s, 80s, 90s. I'm so excited. I can already see just how much of a party it is. It's about to be a great time.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the 270 Lounge, and welcome to the biggest dance party. Rolling, people, rolling. And spin around. No one told
back the decade party, and as you just saw, it was a ton of fun. If you are a fan of 70s, 80s, 90s music, definitely gotta check it out. Now, I remember Royal Caribbean at one point had a 70s party and 80s party, and so it's kind of like a combination of that, but also the addition of the 90s music. Absolutely loved it. As a late 1900s baby myself, I loved all the 90s edition, and I mean the outfit, 70s, 80s, 90s, it was just all around fun. Definitely a great way to cap off our final evening here on Quantum of the Seas. It is now the next day, and we have arrived to the always scenic Port of Los Angeles. I forgot to mention, after the party last night, I did swing by Cafe Promenade to get one last bite, officially checking off the final free food place, and can say that I've eaten at all the free food places on the ship. Got this little chocolate bar, this chocolate mousse, and just had to keep stuffing my face very much. Big back activities. Now, on this final morning of the cruise before we head off, I do have one big complaint, and the one thing I would change about this cruise is that it was way too short. We were on the ship for just about 40 hours, less than 48 hours, and so I will say I am very happy with how much we were able to squeeze in. All in all, it was such an amazing cruise, and I'm really glad we got to knock out everything we did in 2 days, and definitely motivation to try and come back for a longer 5 or 6 night cruise on Quantum of the Seas. Also, really enjoyed having a balcony room. I feel like most of the time when I do go on cruises, it's just the interior room, but overall, really happy with our stateroom. I will say I feel like we got a really solid deal on this cruise. For this 2-night cruise for 3 people, balcony for each person, it ended up coming out to $179 a person. Of course, gratuities $18.50, so about $37 for about $200 for a 2-night cruise here on Quantum of the Seas. Definitely well worth it. The 2-night sailings are definitely a little more rare. I also very much do not recommend doing a 2-night cruise if it is your first cruise. If you are a seasoned cruiser and you just want a quick weekend getaway, much like myself, only having to use 1 PTO day, that is the way to do it. Oh my god, in the span of recording this clip, the sun has risen, the clouds have cleared, and time is 7:30. We gotta be out of the room by 8, and we'll go grab some breakfast before we head off the ship. Final meal here on board Quantum of the Seas. We are in the American Icon Grill, deck number 4, one of the main dining rooms, actually directly across from where we had dinner last night at Silk. I ate quite a bit to get me through all of the travel later today, so for my breakfast I got this omelet your way with some cheddar and ham, as well as some hash browns and bacon. I also got this really good New York bagel and lox on an everything bagel, one of my personal favorites. And of course some coffee, because it is going to be a long travel day. It's a very sad, bittersweet day, but I mean a great 2 days here on the ship nonetheless. Alright, that'll do it for us here on board Quantum of the Seas. Certainly packed a lot into this 2-night cruise. Now let me know in the comments, what do you think of this ship? Have you been? Would you go? And what ship would you like to see me on next? And as always, be sure to hit that like, subscribe, and bell button down below, and I will see you guys next time on the internet.